this is most likely going to end up being talked about way, way more in just a few days from now. Of course, this was kind of like the video I did last week on, of course, the talk about this whole thing that went on in DC. But you just have to listen to exactly what's going on here. This is absolutely huge, and I don't know what the hell is going on, but obviously, this explains a lot of why military members have been saying up above them, there's been silence, that there's never been, less known about their future in the next month or 3 months. This most likely explains that. So, first of all, a Pentagon plan would create a military reaction force for civil unrest. The administration is evaluating plans that would establish a domestic civil disturbance quick reaction force, a QRF, okay? Composed of hundreds of National Guard troops tasked with rapidly deploying into American cities facing protests or other unrest, according to internal Pentagon documents reviewed by Washington Post. Now, there's a chance that this is, totally bunk, right? And the Washington Post is just totally putting out some BS, right? And this ends up being something where they took it out of context. But holy crap. I cannot say enough. There's bells going off in my head saying that this is not what it looks like, right? It says cost projections outlined in the documents indicate that such a mission, if the proposal is adopted, could stretch into the hundreds of millions of dollars should military aircraft and air crews also be required to be ready around the clock. Troop transport via commercial airlines would be less expensive, the documents say. The proposal, which has not been previously reported, represents another potential expansion of President Donald's willingness to employ the armed forces on American soil. It relies on a section of U.S. code that allows the commander-in-chief to circumvent limitations on the military's use within the United States. Now, of course, there's going to be a side of media and everybody that attacks the president that says that this is his egotistical, power grab, right? And again, there's people right now, there are people that are just completely flip-flopping their beliefs over the last few years. They're saying that that's exactly what this is, right? But if you look at any of the hypotheticals of what this looks like, this is absolutely crazy. So I'm just going to go off of what I have believed and what I believe is happening and what is going to happen. China and Russia and all of these things. I've said, I don't believe that it would be, parachutes flying out of the sky. It won't be Red Dawn scenario. It would be a tap on the shoulder saying, "Hey, we're already here." That's what I envision when I think of, a Red Dawn scenario, is that over the last 4 years, we've already had all of the, these different people come in. And no matter how much you think that they've locked down the border, which again, it's very strange. They had destroyers backing that up. They have, of course, the Golden Dome system all of a sudden getting put into play. All of these things have all added up to say, we are expecting an attack on American soil. And this QRF, the Quick Reaction Force, could also be used to fight some sort of on the fly invasion or coordinated plan. Now, remember Sarah Adams, it was saying that there might be a coordinated event where 1,000 people in not only the US, but also in Europe would end up doing something absolutely horrid. This was talked about in December and into January of this year. There was a lot of weird stuff right at the beginning of this year that was talked about, and it has bells ringing in my head, and it should be ringing bells in your head too. It says the Department of Defense is planning organization and routinely reviews how the department would respond to a variety of situations. How they would routinely reviews how the department would respond to a variety of contingencies across the globe. And it says, we will not discuss these plans through leaked documents, pre-decisional or otherwise. The National Guard Bureau did not return a request for comment, And while most National Guard commands have fast response teams for use within their home states, the proposal under evaluation under this administration would entail moving troops from one state to another. This sounds like something absolutely wild. Okay, if you look at what this is, and again, you under this plan, it's about 600 troops that they could move wherever they need them, a fast response. So if something kicks off, if you have a coordinated event, and they're saying civil unrest, right? What are they expecting? Why have they locked down DC right now? If you think about some of the hypotheticals right now that could happen in the next week or two, that is absolutely nuts. This isn't the end of the world. I'm not saying that the sky is falling. I'm saying that this is absolutely something that people need to really look at and go, okay, is it smart to have extra food and water? Which, by the way, again, we've been touting this for like 6 or 7 years. People should go be checking out the links in our description because we have different affiliates that will help you survive pretty much anything. Again, it will not only help our channel, but it will get you huge discounts. Marfooglenews.com/EMP is one of them. Again, marfooglenews.com/energy is another. Get yourself a solar generator, one of the best and one of the ones that literally the Army is using right now. So go check those out. But this is too much right now. How are there these kind of things popping out? And really, I mean, just like the whole DC thing, I'm sure that this is going to come out. And over the next 48 hours, people are going to go, holy moly. They might try to reduce the craziness about it. They might say, oh, well, you took that out of context. Again, when they said that, we're not going to discuss something pre-decisional, this and that, maybe this wasn't come out, maybe somebody leaked it, maybe they're going to say that that they've taken something out of it. But man, look at what is happening right now. They're talking about a quick reaction force for civil unrest in every state, and that you could actually move National Guard from one state to the next on a moment's notice using regular transportation. Okay? Just think about that. Really think about where this could go. I hope that people pay attention. Thank you, Carol White, for your support. I appreciate this. But are people not seeing what's going on here? As far as my theory that China has already infiltrated almost every system, knocked down our grid. You have not even a Red Dawn, more of a Dragon Day scenario. If you haven't seen the movie Dragon Day, it is a bad. I mean, it's bad compared to Red Dawn or any of the other classics. Or any of the new ones, the remake, it's bad. But the plot there is not so unrealistic that couldn't happen. That essentially all the chips, everything has a backdoor in it, and something happens, and all of a sudden we need to react to every state and have complete control over these states. Now, it also could be the opposite way that people are going to obviously look at with this, which is complete control, tyranny, right? Whatever way you look at this, I think that this is something that people should prep for. This isn't something that, you should look at and go, whatever. I think it's just being prepared, right? Well, if they're getting prepared like this on that kind of level, the fact that people are, still, walking around with 3 days of food in their fridge, that's crazy to me. So please get prepared. Follow us over at Marfoogle TV as well. I'm about to do a short on the rest of the news about Putin's showdown, the 110,000 troops that they just amassed. All of that will be over on the next video in just a few minutes. I really appreciate you guys going down to the description. Go check out all of our affiliates over on the website. Again, that is down in the comments, pinned, and it is down in the description. Thank you, guys. We'll see you in a minute. Be safe, be prepared, and Marf out. See you in just a few minutes over on Marfoogle TV, and then we'll be doing another update tonight.